Hello guys! I've been baking this video with everything we know about Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban's shocking separation after 19 years of marriage, and trust me, this story has all the spice because we're talking about a couple that literally everyone thought would make it. But first, don't forget to like and subscribe so you won't miss what we're baking with your fave celebs' latest info. Now, if you've been anywhere near the internet lately, you've probably heard the news that absolutely shook Hollywood. Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban, the couple that gave us major relationship goals for nearly 2 decades, have called it quits. And the timing? It's absolutely wild. We're talking lovey-dovey anniversary posts in June, separated by summer, and divorce papers filed by September. Let me walk you through this entire situation because the tea is absolutely brewing. Let's rewind to January 2005. Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban met at the G'day USA Gala in Los Angeles, an event celebrating Australians in the entertainment industry. Now here's what makes this meeting so iconic. They both grew up in Australia, but had never crossed paths until this Hollywood event. Nicole was fresh off her very public divorce from Tom Cruise, which ended in 2001 after 11 years of marriage. She was lonely, vulnerable, and honestly, probably not looking for love. But then she met Keith. And according to Nicole herself, she had an instant crush on him. The problem? Keith didn't call her for 4 months. As she told Ellen DeGeneres in 2017, I had such a crush on him and he wasn't interested in me. He didn't call me for 4 months. Keith later explained that he wasn't in a healthy place in his life at the time and didn't feel worthy of someone like Nicole. But when he finally did call those numbers, they talked and talked and talked. And according to Keith, it was effortless. Fast forward to February 2006, and they made their public debut as a couple at the Grammy Awards. They didn't walk the red carpet together, but they were absolutely cozy in the audience. By May 2006, Nicole casually revealed they were engaged while hosting a Unifem gala. She brought Keith as her date and told People magazine, "He's actually my fiancé. I wouldn't be bringing my boyfriend." Just like that, no big announcement, just a casual drop that they were getting married. And get married they did. On June 25, 2006, Nicole and Keith tied the knot at Cardinal Soretti Memorial Chapel in Manly, Australia. The wedding was absolutely star-studded, with guests like Russell Crowe, Hugh Jackman, and Naomi Watts. According to sources, when Nicole and Keith looked at each other, it was like they were the only 2 people in the room. They were so deeply in love. Keith even serenaded his bride with "Making Memories of Us." It was the fairy tale wedding we all dream about. But here's where the story gets real, and this is important context for understanding their relationship. Just 4 months after their wedding, in October 2006, Keith checked himself into the Betty Ford Center for Drug and Alcohol Addiction. Nicole had urged him to go, and Keith released a statement saying, "I deeply regret the hurt this has caused Nicole and the ones that love and support me. With the strength and unwavering support I am blessed to have from my wife, family, and friends, I am determined and resolved to a positive outcome." Nicole stood by him, she waited, she supported him, and Keith later told Oprah in 2010 that Nicole's handling of that intervention was perfect and that it was designed to fuse them together. He told Rolling Stone in 2016, "I caused the implosion of my fresh marriage. It survived, but it's a miracle it did. I was spiritually awoken with her." But wait, there's more to this early chapter. In December 2006, while Keith was in rehab, model Amanda Wyatt came forward, claiming that Keith had cheated on Nicole multiple times with her leading up to their June wedding. Amanda told the Daily Mail, "I feel sorry for Nicole. Keith cheated on her repeatedly with me, right up to just before they got married. He's done it once, and he'll probably do it again." Neither Keith nor Nicole ever commented on these allegations. They never addressed them publicly. They just moved forward together. So right from the start, this marriage had challenges. Addiction, alleged infidelity, but they pushed through, and for the next 18 years, they seemed to only get stronger. In July 2008, they welcomed their first daughter, Sunday Rose. Nicole had expressed her deep desire to have children with Keith, telling Vanity Fair in 2007, "I'm yearning to have one. I think I would be very sad if I wasn't able to have a baby." The name Sunday Rose was a combination of Keith's grandmother Rose and Australian art patron Sunday Reed. Sunday Rose is Nicole and Keith's first child together, while Nicole also has 2 adopted children, Isabella and Connor, from her previous marriage to Tom Cruise. Then, in December 2010, they welcomed their second daughter, Faith Margaret, via surrogate. The couple kept this pregnancy completely private and shocked everyone when they announced Faith's arrival. They released a statement saying, "Our family is truly blessed and just so thankful to have been given the gift of baby Faith Margaret. No words can adequately convey the incredible gratitude that we feel for everyone who was so supportive throughout this process, in particular our gestational carrier." They settled into life in Nashville, Tennessee, where Keith had purchased a farm. They raised their daughters away from the Hollywood spotlight, creating what seemed like a stable, loving family environment. Nicole often spoke about how they clicked off from work mode immediately when they were home, maintaining a simple, quiet, nourishing life together. For 19 years, Nicole and Keith gave us constant evidence of their love. We're talking red carpet PDA that would make you blush. Keith grabbing Nicole's butt at the 2014 CMA Awards, the two of them nuzzling at the Oscars, that racy Instagram post Nicole shared for their 15th anniversary showing Keith licking her neck, the interviews where they couldn't stop gushing about each other. In 2018, Keith wrote a song called Gemini about Nicole for his album Graffiti You, with the lyrics, "She's a maniac in the bed, but a brainiac in the head." Nicole was slightly embarrassed but laughed it off, saying it's better than saying, "God, I'm so bored. Make an effort, Nicole." They weren't shy about their physical connection or their emotional bond. Nicole told CBS Mornings in 2022, "I met him later in life, and it's been the best thing that's ever happened to me. That man is the best thing that's ever happened to me." Keith posted for their 15th anniversary, "My life started when you said, 'I do,' 5,475 days ago today." In April 2024, Nicole called Keith her deep, deep love in an interview with People magazine. They seemed obsessed with each other, completely devoted, the kind of couple that made you believe in love again. So imagine everyone's surprise when TMZ broke the news on September 29, 2025, that Nicole and Keith had separated. According to multiple sources, the couple had been living apart since the beginning of summer 2025. That means they separated sometime around June or early July. And here's what makes the timing absolutely wild. Nicole posted a sweet anniversary tribute on Instagram on June 25, 2025, celebrating their 19th wedding anniversary with a snuggly black and white photo. Just weeks after that post, they were reportedly living separately. Keith had acquired his own residence in Nashville and moved out of their family home. Sources told TMZ that Nicole had been holding the family together through this difficult time since Keith has been gone, and that Nicole reportedly did not want this separation. On September 30th, 2025, the day after the news broke, Nicole officially filed for divorce in Tennessee, citing irreconcilable differences. Importantly, the documents revealed that neither party would be receiving alimony or spousal support in their split. According to the filing, neither party shall pay any amount and/or form of alimony or spousal support to the other. All alimony and spousal support claims are hereby forever waived by the parties. The filing also revealed some pretty significant details about their custody arrangement. Nicole and Keith had already signed a parenting plan before the divorce was filed. Keith signed it on August 29, and Nicole signed it on September 6. This means they'd been working on separating for at least a month before the public found out. And here's where the custody details get really interesting and, honestly, quite telling. According to the parenting plan, Nicole is designated as the primary residential parent. She gets the girls for 306 days per year. Keith gets them for only 59 days per year. That's a massive disparity, you guys. For context, that means Nicole has the girls about 84% of the time, and Keith has them about 16% of the time. That's not a typical 50-50 custody split. That's Nicole being the primary parent by a huge margin. Now let's address the elephant in the room, the affair allegations. Almost immediately after the separation news broke, reports started circulating that Keith had been involved with another woman. Sources claimed it was all over Nashville that Keith was seeing a younger woman in the business. According to these reports, Nicole doesn't dispute it but is shocked. Speculation quickly focused on Maggie Baugh, a 25-year-old guitarist who has been part of Keith's tour. Some fans pointed to a moment during one of Keith's concerts where he allegedly changed the lyrics of a song to say, "Maggie, I'll be your guitar player." The internet went wild with this theory. However, it appears that Maggie Baugh has a boyfriend, Cameron Coley, which complicates this narrative. Here's what's crucial to understand. The identity of any alleged other women has not been confirmed. We don't know for certain that Keith had an affair. We don't know when any alleged relationship might have started. Was it before the separation or after? These are all rumors and speculation at this point. What we do know is that multiple sources are claiming there is someone, and that it's being talked about in Nashville circles, but no one has provided concrete evidence or confirmation. And this is where we need to be careful, you guys. It's easy to jump to conclusions, especially given those 2006 cheating allegations from Amanda Wyatt early in their marriage. Should Nicole have seen signs? Maybe. But we also know that people can change, that addiction recovery is complex, and that marriages end for many different reasons. We simply don't know what happened behind closed doors in their relationship. What we can say is this: if the affair rumors are true, Nicole has every right to feel devastated and betrayed after standing by Keith through his addiction struggles after 19 years of marriage and now being designated as the primary parent with the vast majority of custody. But we also need to acknowledge that we don't have all the facts, and there are always two sides to every story. Let's talk about the real victims in all of this. Sunday Rose, who is 17 years old, and Faith Margaret, who is 14. These girls are at such crucial ages. Sunday Rose is on the verge of adulthood, and Faith Margaret is in the thick of her teenage years. Divorce at any age is hard, but during adolescence, it's particularly challenging. Sunday Rose has been stepping into the spotlight over the past year. She made her runway debut at Paris Fashion Week in 2024 and has continued modeling since. In October 2025, she walked in the Dior show at Paris Fashion Week, and just days later, both daughters appeared with Nicole at a Chanel show, right after the divorce filing became public. What we know about how the girls are handling this is limited, and honestly, that's how it should be. They deserve their privacy during this difficult time. But we can imagine this hasn't been easy. Their parents, who always seemed so in love, are now living apart. Their father has moved out of the family home. And they're primarily living with their mother, seeing their dad only about 59 days out of the year. In a previous interview, Sunday Rose mentioned that her parents had strict rules, including no social media until she was older. This suggests Nicole and Keith were very hands-on, protective parents who tried to give their daughters a childhood as normal as possible. Now that protection is being tested as their family situation becomes tabloid fodder. One thing we have to give Nicole credit for is how she's handled this publicly. The day after filing for divorce, she was spotted hiking with her sister in Los Angeles, looking surprisingly composed. On October 4, 2025, she attended the Amphar Dallas Gala, and on October 6, she appeared at Paris Fashion Week with her daughters, debuting a new set of bangs and looking stunning as always. Nicole has not made any public statements about the divorce. She hasn't done a tell-all interview or posted cryptic messages on social media. She's simply shown up, done her job, supported her daughters, and maintained her dignity. And honestly, that takes incredible strength. Remember, this is Nicole's second very public divorce. She went through the Tom Cruise split in 2001, which was devastating and very much in the public eye. She's also had to deal with the painful reality of being estranged from her two adopted children with Tom, Isabella and Connor, who chose to stay with their father and remain involved in Scientology. So Nicole knows what it's like to lose family, to have a marriage end publicly, and to rebuild. But this one might hit differently because Keith was supposed to be her forever person. He was the one who came after the darkness of her divorce from Tom. He was the one she described as her deep, deep love in 2024. He was the one who, by her own admission, saved her from loneliness and gave her the family life she craved. Looking back now, there are a few moments that feel uncomfortable in hindsight. In 2024, during an interview about Nicole's film A Family Affair, where she had intimate scenes with Zac Efron, the interviewer mentioned that when they tried to ask Keith about the scenes, he immediately hung up the phone. The interviewer was joking about it, but Nicole's reaction was awkward. She kind of laughed it off, but seemed genuinely uncomfortable with the story being shared. At the time, people thought it was cute or funny, like, oh, Keith doesn't want to think about his wife doing love scenes. But now, it reads differently. Was there jealousy there? Insecurity? Or was it just a joke that's being overanalyzed now that we know the marriage was falling apart? There's also Keith's response to Nicole's 2025 anniversary post. While Nicole shared a sweet, snuggly photo with a heartfelt caption, Keith's response was notably more subdued, just a simple heart emoji. At the time, no one thought much of it, but knowing they were about to separate, that minimal response feels loaded now. One thing that keeps coming up in discussions about this divorce is concern about Keith's sobriety and stability without Nicole. Keith has been very open about how Nicole helped him get sober and stay sober. He's credited her multiple times with being his anchor, his support system, the reason he was able to overcome his addiction. So, what happens now? Keith has been sober since 2006, which is nearly 20 years. That's an incredible achievement and shouldn't be minimized. But many people in recovery will tell you that major life changes and stress can be triggering. Divorce is one of the most stressful life events a person can go through. Losing the partner who helped you get sober in the first place, that's gotta be incredibly difficult. We're not saying Keith will relapse. We're not predicting doom and gloom, but it is a valid concern that people have, and it's something that Keith will need to navigate carefully with proper support systems in place. Hopefully, he has a strong network beyond Nicole, therapists, sponsors, friends, family, who can help him through this transition. Nicole and Keith's split is a reminder that we never really know what's happening in someone's marriage, no matter how perfect it looks from the outside. These two gave us 19 years of public displays of affection, gushing interviews, supportive red carpet appearances, and social media posts declaring their eternal love. And yet, here we are. It makes you wonder about other celebrity couples who seem rock solid. Who else might be putting on a show for the cameras? Who else might be dealing with private struggles that we know nothing about? It's a sobering reminder that social media highlights and red carpet moments don't tell the full story of anyone's relationship. At the same time, we need to be careful not to become so cynical that we stop believing love can last. Just because Nicole and Keith's marriage ended doesn't mean their love wasn't real for those 19 years. People change, circumstances change. Sometimes relationships run their course, even when both people genuinely loved each other at one point. As we wrap up this story, there are still so many unanswered questions. Who is the alleged other woman, if there is one? When did the marriage really start falling apart? Was it a recent development, or had they been struggling for years? Will Keith ever address the affair rumors publicly? How will this affect his career, especially in country music where family values are so important to the fan base? What about the financial settlement? Nicole and Keith have both been incredibly successful in their careers. Nicole is one of the highest paid actresses in Hollywood, and Keith is a multi-Grammy winning country star. How will they divide their assets? Will there be a fight over money, or will they handle it amicably for the sake of their daughters? And perhaps most importantly, how will Sunday Rose and Faith Margaret really cope with this? Will they speak out about it eventually? Will they maintain relationships with both parents, or will they choose sides? Look, I know this was a lot of information to take in, but here's what we need to remember. Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban's marriage ending doesn't make their entire relationship a lie. It doesn't mean they never loved each other. It doesn't mean one person is definitely the villain and the other is definitely the victim. Real life is messy and complicated, and marriages end for complex reasons that we, as outsiders, may never fully understand. What we can do is have empathy for everyone involved. If the affair rumors are true, Nicole absolutely deserves our sympathy and support after everything she's been through. But we also need to acknowledge that we don't know the full story. We don't know what challenges they faced privately. We don't know if there were issues on both sides. We just don't know. What we do know is that two teenage girls are watching their family fall apart, and they deserve privacy and compassion. We know that Nicole is handling this with incredible grace and strength, and we know that Keith will need to step up and take responsibility for his role in this situation, whatever that may be. Now tell me, what do you guys think about this whole situation? Do you believe the affair rumors? Do you think Nicole should have seen the signs after those 2006 allegations? How do you think this will affect both of their careers? And most importantly, what do you hope happens for Sunday Rose and Faith Margaret? I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Let's keep the discussion respectful because at the end of the day, these are real people going through a really difficult time. And if you made it to the end of this video, thank you for sticking with me through this wild ride. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any updates on this story or what we're baking with your other fave celebs. Until next time, guys.